All right, we're on, Deb. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Go tonight. It's time to talk about it. Leg on and talk about it. It's time to talk about it. Leg on and talk about it. It's time to talk about it. Leg on and talk about it. Turn up the volume, it's Debbie and Tone. One of one, they put the ghost on the throne. If it's controversial, we still chop it up, bro. You could pick the topic, we gon' chop it up, bro. We gon' keep it real, and that's all you gon' get. Hop in the comments, gon' speak on that 10 p.m., you can catch us live. I'm with Debbie, she reporting live. When I speak, I'ma let it fly. I keep it real, I could testify. It's time to talk about it. Leg on and talk about it. It's time to talk about it. Leg on and talk about it. It's time to talk about it. Leg on and talk about it.
Yes, sir. You are tuned in to another episode of Go That Night. I am your host, Tony Goat.
I am Debbie Diaz reporting live from Apollo Beach, Florida.
That way, man. We took a little break. We've been on a hiatus, but we are back to your rescue. We are back to deliver that entertaining news like don't get from us. They be like to call it taboo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the vaginas too, by the way.
What up, vaginas? What is it?
Yes, sir. No matter what platform that you're tuning in from, man, make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things that you can support us. We got a goal in mind. What's that, baby?
100,000 subscribers. Ooh, is our goal.
100,000 subscribers. That is our goal. Y'all help us get to that. You know what I'm saying? It's one way that y'all can do that. And it's simply just supporting us like real ones. That's liking, that's subscribing, that's sharing, that's starring us up, that's badging us up, that's turning on them notifications, that's hopping in the comments, that's sending news to Deb, that's sending tidbits to me. That is all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, just real support.
Wait, did you say tidbits?
Tidbits, yeah, tidbits.
That word is used too. Like, I mean, I haven't heard that one in a minute. Aging yourself.
Yeah. Some of those boob views.
The breastises. Yeah. There you go. The chi-chis. We say it the chi-chis down here. So
chi-chis. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, but that's a little merp.
Yeah. Well, we got to go through a recap, Debbie. You know what I'm saying? We haven't spoke to the people in a minute.
Right.
How has your day been? How has your weekend been? How has last week been? Anything exciting? Has anybody been masturbating near you lately? Have any
good one.
Any accidents that you popped up to lately? Any scenes?
Like I know I can't explain to anybody, like my days are so different, they're never the same. Like they're the most bipolar, psychotically entertaining, funny, like shit that happens to me. So like, yeah, I always got some shit to talk about for real.
Well, let's hear it. Dive in. You got the floor.
Well, I mean, besides the fact that, I don't know about you, but I had a little frustration right before we got on the mic again. And because I went to look for one of my things called a lighter. And I recall it, like I'm not tweaking out, I'm not drunk, I'm not any of those like things right at this moment. But yet I know like where my shit is, right? You know where you put stuff when you're on the sober side one day. And so that day was the other day, and I was like, okay, I know I had a pink one, I had one with weird symbols on it, and then I had this other one that was about to die. All three went missing out of my bed. And then the people's around me, I was like, yo, yes or no, do you have my goddamn lighter? They all denial. All of them denial. And I'm like, really? So all three of you motherfuckers are telling me that you don't have any of my lighters. Like how'd you light your current cigarette? Like please explain that to me. And they still deny it. And then you know what? I will go to the extreme and find the truth. Like I literally will I'll go CSI, FBI on their bitches. And then I will prove my point. I'm like, look, this is my fucking lighter. Okay, stop stealing my fucking lighter. I'll never do it again, Debbie. And then they do it again like the next day. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lowdown.
So Deb, I will admit I'm an accidental like the lighter sometimes falls in my pocket. It's like because most of the dopest conversations get started around weed smoking. I know you probably don't indulge in that crowd.
I don't indulge, but everyone around me does. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a rapper at heart, so it's almost a studio session does not exist without a blunt in rotation. And when conversations get started over blunts, that's some of the smoothest conversations. And naturally, it's just like it's be like, yeah, woo, woo, and out of nowhere, it's in my pocket, and then I'm always the one that gets caught red-handed. But now, I am not that guy that's like, man, where's the lighter? And it's in my pocket. I'm like, I don't know, man. I am gonna give it up immediately because I didn't
Oh,
mean to
okay.
take it. Yeah, I didn't mean to take it, but uh,
Hmm.
you know,
You get
I
a
don't
little
know
brownie
about
point for that one. I mean, that's a little brownie point, like a tiny one. It's not hitting the Richter scale or nothing. Like, but you know what? You first started your situation out in denial. I was like, bro, we've all heard that same excuse. Like, can you come up with a better one? So basically, you are part of the statistics. You just have a little brownie point. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not doing that crowd. I'm
And
pretty
so
sure
let
my
me ask you this. As an accidental lighter thief, do you like one day look at your go in your bedroom and just dump a shoebox out and there's a million fucking lighters in there? And
no,
you're
because
no.
it's like somebody else is a lighter thief around me as well. It's just like we
Lighter.
just swapping out lighters. It's like my homeboy pop back up and be like, "Hey man, that's my lighter right there." And I'm like, "Well, that's my lighter in your hand as well." Oh,
But you know what? I
yeah.
even went to the level of getting one of those like little baby those stretchy like strings that were attached to the
Oh
lighter.
yeah.
I put it in
Yeah.
that little thing and then attached it to my fucking belt, like my
Ooh,
body, and it still got stolen. That bitch still got stolen. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They took the bitch out of the little holder and off of its buckle, like on my body. Like, how does that even happen?
yeah, yeah. I mean, people are good. I don't go that overboard. But what I will say, one thing that annoys me is, so I go into the smoke shop a lot, and they actually have like overpriced lighters, and they're refillable lighters, and you can come get the liquid, so you don't have to buy a new lighter. But I be thinking like, who the hell buys a lighter that costs that much? Because I can't keep a lighter for a week.
Oh,
Like,
that's a good point.
what? I'd be damn if I
Yeah.
spend $100 on a lighter case that I'm supposed to refill and refill. That bitch gonna come with an alarm.
That's a stressful purchase because you're gonna be like on that like a hawk on that thing and you're gonna accidentally leave it down for like 2 seconds and some sniper will come by and then you're like, fuck, I should have never put it down. Yeah.
Yeah,
That I didn't even think of that perspective. That's a good point.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So Deb, over here in Atlanta, man, it's been a tough week in the hip hop culture this last week. Uh, it's been a lot of different things, but RIP to one of my good friends by the name of Young Scooter. I'm gonna update you on this crazy situation, and I want to get your feedback and your insight on it.
RIP. Hmm.
It is a man, it's crazy. All right. So before I dive in his case, have you ever heard of females or a female or anyone who are in a relationship with someone and things don't go their way, and to get their lick back or to get revenge, they make a false police call or false police report for the police to go to the crib and
Right.
just and mess up their day or whatever. You ever heard of anything like that?
Absolutely. I have heard of that. And actually I've been a victim of that myself from a female's perspective. So it's bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit, and it's absolutely like it's defamation to your character, publicly, privately, and intimately. It's like it's just bullshit. And the fact that like I tried to maybe if I go try to do that, I won't get away with it. I'll end up getting arrested myself or some shit. If I go, it's like these people have a finesse and have a way of working that system and that angle to fuck people over big time.
Yeah, it is crazy, and it's even crazy that you've heard or experienced something like that. But I'm gonna shed light on Scooter's situation, and I promise this shit it is just mind blowing. We still haven't, as a city, as a community, even gotten to haven't gotten real solid answers to seal this thing up. But basically, I want to say this past Friday, if I'm not mistaken, but let's just say this weekend, his birthday came around, his 39th birthday, and he was celebrating his birthday, and I want to say he was gonna throw a party or whatever, and it was him and another guy in the house, and I guess the girl, I don't know, she was mad, but she called the cops, and the cops basically got a call, and they said that they got a call that shots were fired in the neighborhood, and that a domestic situation was going on, and a girl had been dragged back in the house, and blah blah blah. So the police pull up, they knock on the door, and a guy answers the door, and as soon as he answers the door, I guess when he sees the police, he closes the door immediately. Then the police surround the house, And one of the guys, who was young Scooter, he flees out the house. They say he flees out the house and he jumps 2 fences. They say he jumped 2 fences and the police pursued it. They say once they got to him, he was already on the ground, bleeding from an injury, and they tried to provide aid, and then they called the ambulance, and he died in the ER room.
Wow.
That was the day of the incident that happened. The original report that came out was young Scooter was running from the police and was shot by the police and passed away. That was the first report that went out. Then within an hour, less than an hour later, the police came out publicly and they was like, we did not shoot him. That is not what happened. Shots wasn't fired on our behalf. Not at all. That was all within the first 24 hours that happened. So days have passed, and now recently the actual police call came out from the girl, and it sounds like total bullshit. Like, I mean, I wish I could play it right now if I was prepared, but basically she was like, she was stuttering and she was like, yeah, y'all need to get there ASAP. Basically, the lady's calling, and the way she's talking, she's not even there. She's not even a neighbor. She's not even in the neighborhood.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
it's some domestic stuff going on. The girl is bloody. If y'all don't get there fast, she's gonna be hurt bad. They're shooting. The police are like, well, when did the shots go off, ma'am? She's like, they're going off right now, and you guys need to get here ASAP, and this, that, and the third. So boom, everything happened. Scooter passes away. She gets on live and tells the people, I wasn't trying to set him up. I have been beat. I had been beaten. That's why I called the police. But she didn't know the police tape had already been leaked to the public. So you're saying that you had been beaten, this, and the third, but when you was on the call, you were speaking in third person point of view, saying somebody else was being beaten you in the house, this, and the third. But the other twist to it is, how did young Scooter die? They're saying he jumped the fence, fell and broke a bone, and a fever may have hit an artery, which is a very, very rare situation. And a few other rappers have been coming out. A few of my other homies at that, they've been coming out and said that they got an autopsy of their own. I don't know how true this is, but they said that the autopsy shows that it was a gunshot. What do you think about hearing all of this tornado of a mess that is going on?
Whoa, this is like, I mean, this is like the people versus whatever the something on that court thing. That's some twisted shit right there. I mean, you're kind of in a pickle on that one. I mean, the fact that he, the autopsy, and you can request that, anybody can get that from anybody, so you can verify that information. But like from that point, I mean, I don't know, like the fence, if he went over 2 fences, I mean, maybe he was like having like adrenaline and he like one of the fences stabbed him. But if they say there's a gun, we'd have to boil it down to the autopsy report.
Yeah. And then they also got into more detail in the city. They released the autopsy, and it said that he was punctured by a wooden fence. But when the police was at the scene, you could see the wooden fence, and it was so short. It's just like it was a brown, as if it was be like a white picket fence, but it was brown. It was like one of those short fences, not big or tall at all. And
it would have some blood in it or something.
That as well.
Yeah.
That's what I said, man.
I mean, on the CSI shows, they pick up little particles of dust and find it and track it to somebody. So I'm pretty sure if he got stabbed by the wooden fence, it's brown too. That absorbs blood or moisture. And then it would show like the injury of a piece, maybe a sliver of a wood or something would be in the womb.
Yeah, well, what we're requesting on our end and over here is, for one, we need immediate release of body cam footage, which should be there.
Yeah.
From
but
the
sometimes
point
those accidentally get deleted,
and that will raise more eyebrows. And then what hasn't been released as well is, why was young Scooter running?
Yeah.
Because you guys have his records. Did he have a warrant? What would be the reason he's running?
Yeah, so either if he had a warrant, then that would give him the urgency to run or split when he saw police knocking at his door. That would be like the only reason I would be running.
But I would think they would already have released the information of he had a warrant to clear to clear their ass some right now. It's just it's so crazy.
I mean, yeah, that kind of fucks with the department. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, so the autopsy though would determine if there was a gunshot wound. I mean, did that not show that?
It would, and they're saying that their autopsy came back, and they're labeling the death as an accident. That is what
Accident.
that is the title of the death, but it's like accident for on who?
Yeah, like, hello, you're
It didn't
leaving the
say
door open.
self-inflicted accident, or it didn't say self
Yeah, like,
accident. Who,
like
on
police,
who?
police accident. You know,
You know,
yeah, shot my gun to his
I mean,
stomach by accident.
like it's just not making sense. But yeah, R.I.P. to Young
Well,
Scooter, man.
RIP to him for sure. But there's got to be somebody with a iPhone or whatever that recorded that would hear a gunshot in the background or something.
That's
I
what I said
mean,
as well.
doesn't our AIs listen to us when we're not even on their app? I
Tell
mean,
me
like,
about it. Tell me
why
about it.
can't we just zoom into that shit right there? That would be like the solution here, and then we would all find out for sure if our phones really listen to us, when they're not activated.
All
But I
right,
mean,
man. Go to Night
yeah,
Podcast.
that'd be crazy.
Debbie Diaz, Tone the Go to Night Podcast, man. We touch on a lot of different subjects, but yeah, condolences to the fam. So Deb,
Condolences. Yeah,
switching gears, spinning around, doing a whole 360. Do you
round
believe
and
in
round
love
she go.
do you believe in love at first sight? Uh-oh.
No,
Uh-oh.
I don't think I can. It's just like if that's a bad decision to make if you are gonna like want that or think you experienced it because you are putting a lot of eggs in all this basket, like in that like if you feel that way, that means you are indecisive in your decision making and you probably have troubles with balancing your budgets.
So, okay, all right. So leading into the next thing. So how do you feel about dating apps? And you said that you don't really believe in love at first sight, but isn't dating apps kind of love at first sight?
I mean, it's love at first appearance. It's basically what it is.
Hmm.
If you get past the first appearance, then we go down to what your height is and the height weight thing. And then if you pass that, you're in. That's kind of how it goes.
So you do
So,
believe in dating apps.
I mean, I do. I'm not gonna knock them. I do believe it's a little like I feel like if I'm gonna find somebody on a dating app and then we end up, vibing and everything, is he gonna remove his profile off of there, or do I remove mine? Or when we get in a fight, do we instantly just reactivate those accounts? So I don't know. That's the reason why I'm not sure if I like the dating apps. But other than that, I'm not judging them by their services.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Like once you find someone on a dating app, well, like where do you guys go from there? Do you snatch the profile down, or you just
Yeah.
deactivate it, temporarily, or and me
Please
personally,
suspend it.
me personally, I have never, for one, I've never even been on social media under my government name. On top of that, I've
Smart.
never, ever. Well, I've always been an entertainer, and I've been on social media since MySpace. So I've started as Young Tone, but
Mhm.
I've never ever created a profile on any dating app. Like I just feel like
Really?
so
Like never?
hell no, fuck no. What the hell am I
Oh.
gonna do on a
Sometimes
dating
you
app?
get bored, drunk by yourself, and
Uh,
then you're like, I want to talk to some people, and then you go on there, and you can talk to all kinds of motherfuckers.
Man, Debbie, I got 8,000 contacts in my phone. But like I just feel like if someone's on there on the dating app, respectfully, we're in two different leagues. I'm not, I don't know. I don't feel
Mm,
like I can trust someone if you're
yeah.
on a dating app because
Well, I
you're
mean, why?
specifically looking for,
Yeah. Let me
because
hear this.
because just people, I think that person is more curious than me. That person is more, you know, uh
Slutty?
nah, hell nah. Well, I don't know. I'm trying not to offend people that use
Just
dating app because
who
it's not,
cares? Just say
any
it.
of my comments aren't meant for that. But I mean,
Standards?
I'm
You're
not
looking for that
as
one?
I'm I'm just not. Let's put it like this. I feel like I have enough options in real life. In real
Mm.
life, I'll put it like that. Like I'm
There you
popular,
go.
So seriously, I mean, like, I'm a
It's
celebrity in my
okay.
world.
You are very much.
I'm not about to, hell no. That will fuck up
Well,
everything else I've built to this day. Tone
what
the
is
Goat is on a dating site.
mm,
What the fuck?
I don't think no, that actually is like a bad publicity thing that would be good marketing. So it's one of those little numbers. Maybe
If used
maybe
the
you should
right
start
way, I
with
guess. If used
friendster.com.
the right way.
Forget the dating apps. You gotta
Was
start
it
baby
called
steps here.
Friendster? That's a dating app, Fencer.
Fender? No, I just know the recent one is Hinge. That's the recent one, which I got like 14,000 messages on there that I need to sit down one night and just like focus on them. And I think I lost you on there. Did you reboot? So we always have technical errors, and it's usually my fault. And I believe this time it's not my fault. I didn't do shit, bitch. I think it's your Wi-Fi too, by the way, when that happens. This app is a beast. It really is. It's like really cool for podcasting and has like awesome little features on it. But if you don't have somebody sitting next to you, like just guiding and holding your hand how to do that site, good luck with the stress level. Because it's been over a year and I'm still trying to figure this shit out. And I'm a pretty tech savvy chick, but telling you sometimes the patience. But I still have it like this in my chest, in my like soul about the lighter thing real quick. I am literally, it makes me like so angry when I just like I now pay attention to the colors and all that shit. Even I'll shake it like, okay, there's like fluid in here. It's to a point now where I literally am just like fed up with my shit, my lighters being gone. Because I had to bust down and actually go when I was at the Hard Rock Casino not too long ago. They leave matches out so you can smoke and stuff. I went around like a hoarder of matches and like you pocketed but like 18,000 of those matches because I knew once again that this lighter thief thing was not going to end in my life. And I'm going to be another time trying to find a fucking, matches and shit. This time I'm going to have a whole like fucking drawer of them. So when these lighter thieves, but I'm not going to tell the lighter thieves because then that will enable them to like encourage them even to like want to jack my lighters even more. So, but this is obviously you could tell this has been an issue with me. Um, it's just it makes me angry. It just makes me so I have this is therapy for me right now. I just need to get this out. It just makes me angry because it makes me like I'd be in the mood for a cigarette once in a while. I'm a closet smoker. I don't smoke weed or anything. So like I will like feel like having a cigarette and I just want maybe a puff or two and I don't have a lighter. I don't have matches. I don't have a candle. I don't have Girl Scouts, rubbing sticks. I don't have anything. So I'm like, what the fuck? I just got comfortable. I'm just sitting down in my chair. Now I got to get up. I got to go on this Easter egg fucking bullshit hunt in my goddamn house and look for something that lights matches with gasoline and all this other shit. And it's like, I would not have to do any of that if, like, I don't know, fuckers didn't take my lighter. Like, how about that? You want to know why people that get angry and have issues with like anger management? It's because you steal our fucking lighters. I mean, really, if you have a lighter thief in your group or your circle or your friends, I mean, maybe it's time you reevaluate your circles because that lighter thief can bring you some motherfucking hell. I know this is not a petty topic either. It's the moral, it's the like metaphorical moral metaphor of the situation. So, and it's to a point where I will like want to go and buy bulk at the dollar store where you get like 10 of them for $1.25. It used to be $1. Now they're $1.25. It's false advertising. But and those bitches, those cheap ass bitches, even gone. But actually, I won't buy those anymore because I do recall one time those cheap, Dollar General, Dollar Tree lighters, that they just like blew up on me, like blew up like a fucking bad firework. It was like, phew. And I was like, holy shit, is this a lawsuit? Do I have a lawsuit